goodness. Oh, wow! In your life, have you seen anything like that?
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Cutline Golfing Podcast, brought to you by the TAB. My name is Karl Tiley, and I'm joined in studio by my good mate, Paul Moate. Paul, how are you, mate?
Good, yeah.
For a big week of golf.
Well, it's an exciting week.
Yes.
It's a never-before-seen week in golf that we've got coming up.
And, of course, you're talking about the US Open next week, right? That's right, folks. No, we're in the middle of major season, but as Paul's alluded to, I guess a major breakthrough or a major
development.
Don't really know how to say it, but it's been bubbling away in the background for a long time now. And of course, we are talking about the LIV Golf or the LIV Golf Invitational in London that tees off this week, and we're gonna do a deep dive, bit of a preview on that shortly. But before we do, we have a quick look back at last week. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. And the Charles Schwab was the last one we previewed, so we missed the Memorial last week. But someone who didn't miss, Billy Horschel, won by 1,000.
In a canter.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of it, if I'm honest. Not great for the host of a podcast about golf, but hoping you can shed some light.
I was watching more of the women's US Open. I watched quite a bit of that.
Yep.
But I've just gone back through the stats, and it just looked like Billy was just far too good for the field in the end. But who did I guess a few talking points out of the tournament. Hideki Matsuyama.
Not banned, disqualified.
Disqualified.
For paint on...
Twink.
Twink, was it?
Well, they said it was, what they call it, whiteout, which I'm guessing is pretty much twink.
It's twink. Non-conformist.
Did you see
something or other?
Did you see the pattern?
I did, yeah.
On the club head?
I'm not sure what the point
of advantage he gained from it.
Yeah.
I guess the rules of golf. Maybe he'll be the next one to go to the LIV.
Oh, I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that to Hideki.
Well, it was more like a target on the golf.
But it was around the middle of the club face, right? I guess it just shows where you're striking the ball. Maybe. I don't know.
I guess you could see that anyway.
I can on my driver.
I think you're allowed to make little marks on your golf club, just not on the face.
Yeah, right. I make a lot of marks on my club.
Yeah.
Hitting them into various, very intentional. Well,
but in the end,
he won by 4 shots, 13 under. Even round, and the final round was enough to do it. Just looking at his stats, first tee to green, 7th off the tee, 12th on approach, 3rd around the greens, 13th putting. So very good week for Billy Horschel.
All round. There are a few challenges early on.
Cam Smith looked like he was going to run away with it, but couldn't deliver. Again, issues off the tee, and struggled in approach, which is not something he normally does.
Usually his iron play is very, very solid.
Yeah, so
just an off week.
Put that down to an off week. Yep, we might hear more about Cam Smith later. Yeah, not much else. As I say, I didn't watch a hell of a lot, and when I say a hell of a lot, any of it,
nothing.
So I can't really comment much more. Although I did see Max Homa, first person,
99
putts in the tournament, first person to ever have less than 100 putts in a tournament. That is outstanding. It's less than 25 putts a day, Paul.
He's trending.
He is.
He's trending in the right direction.
Been riding Max for a wee while now. He's definitely one of the hottest golfers.
And surely he's moving up the PIP rankings as well. He's very active.
So he's made, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 straight cuts, which is quite a lot in this day and age. JT had the record until he missed the cut after the PGA. He was sitting at 20, which I'm sure you've seen the stat of Tiger Tiger made 141 straight cuts.
Look,
That is
I
ridiculous.
was just going to put it out there. I'm going to say that's my big call for the day. That's never going to get beaten. What is that? Not a big call?
Never. That will never be beaten. That's ridiculous. But going back to Max, in those, 9-10 straight cuts, he's had a win. Top 5. He hasn't finished any worse than T48, which was the Masters. It was sort of a bad week for him. T35 at the match play, quirky. Outside of that, T23 at the Charles Schwab, is his worst finish in a singles event in that stretch. So
He's going good.
he is. Look out next week. US Women's Open, as you said, watched a lot of it. Minjee Lee.
Boy, she was good from the outset. And she was especially good on that back nine on the final day. She made some clutch putts for par.
Yeah.
And that gave her the comfort when she got down to the 17th and the 18th to relax. And she bogeyed the 72nd hole in the end. She had a short par putt, maybe 3 feet.
Yep.
And then probably put it past about the same length. But she had 4 or 5 shots up her sleeve. So she played the course really, really well. Yeah, the putter saved her on that final day. Lydia, top 5?
She's round 3, was it? A 66. Stormed up the leaderboard. Lids was both of our picks. I nearly circled Minjee too. I can say that now that she's won, but
well, they were both paying around $13. I didn't want to tip out 2 $13 shots.
Yeah. But yeah, good results for Lids there. And the women's game the next month or 6 weeks is absolutely wild. They've got, the US Open last week. I think they've got hang on, let me bring it up in front of me, There's about 2 or 3 more majors in the next
6 weeks.
5 or 6 weeks or something.
Yeah.
It's, where are we? This week, the ShopRite LPGA. So 2-3 weeks away, the KPMG Women's PGA. And then 2 weeks after that, the Evian Championship. Then the Women's Scottish Open, followed by the Women's Open. It's all go. It's all go.
There's plenty on.
Plenty of Paul Moale tipping Lydia Ko to come.
Yeah, well, I get the feeling I'll finish out on top as well.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Speaking of Kiwis going good, Stephen Alker.
There's no one going better.
Continues to kill it. T3, 2 shots back.
He is playing some of the most high quality, consistent golf.
Is he the hottest golfer in the world right now?
Well, in terms of results
and age,
yeah, without taking into the strength of the field and things like that, in terms of results, he's right up there.
I tell you what, I dare say half these guys on the Champions Tour would give it to half the guys on the PGA Tour still.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is flying. He's top of the Charles Schwab money rankings by about almost $1 million. So he won. We missed it last week. He won the PGA last week. Where does that for you rank in terms of New Zealand golfing greatness?
Well, obviously.
Other major winners.
Lydia's at the top.
Sir Bob Charles.
Lydia's at the top.
Michael Campbell. Lydia's
at the top. I'm going to go Michael Campbell then Sir Bob Charles. And then I'd probably go Stephen Alker's Senior PGA Championship win. I'm sure he's thinking to himself, why couldn't I have turned 50 sooner? He's made more money. What?
He's probably made more money this season.
Yes, than his whole PGA career.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he made close to $1 million or more the last season as well. So he's flying. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not like all the good senior golfers have dropped away. He's still playing against the likes of Bernhard Langer, Angel, Jimenez. He doesn't seem. I don't know.
Alker, sorry, Stricker.
He doesn't seem. Is he a hard person to get along with?
Who?
Jimenez.
He looks like it.
Well, he has history with who was it on the PGA Tour?
Keegan Bradley's caddy.
Keegan Bradley's caddy. So yeah, because there was a moment where I think they just shook hands and that was it.
Yeah.
Now that may have just been nothing, but it didn't look like nothing to me. There was something going on behind the scenes there.
Yeah.
But those who did get on, Stephen Alker to win the Senior PGA Championship.
He was my big call. The Charles Schwab preview, I said Stephen Alker will win. Did I back him myself? No, I didn't.
Well, and you probably should have, because the favourite in the Senior PGA Championship was Steve Stricker, and he didn't take part. So there was huge value around Stephen Alker at around I think he was $6.
$6, yeah.
So those, and there were a few that did get on at $6, and a few that got on during the tournament. I think he got out to a top price of $15 during the tournament. And there were a few that jumped on then as well. He was by far and away our worst result. No surprises there. But a great result for a lot of punters. Yeah,
and a great result for him. We'll have to see if we can get him on. I don't know how we go about doing that, but we can try.
I look forward to that.
Let's move on. LIV Golf, or LIV Golf. They announced their field a couple of weeks ago.
They have, yeah.
DJ Top, the big man, reportedly being paid close to $125 million just to play. I'm guessing that's the whole series, the whole 8 events. If it's for one event.
Is that for the one season? That's for the season.
I'm guessing so, yeah. I don't know.
That would put him as surely that's the highest paid
Tiger's
sportsman.
From what I understand, golf earnings, on-course earnings, Tiger has earned $121 million in his career. He's the highest. Phil's second, DJ's third with 75 or 76 mil. One single payment.
Straight to the top.
DJ has earned more. It's ridiculous.
It is.
And reportedly, Golf Digest, Tiger turned down 9 figures.
So how many zeros is that?
I don't even know. I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 100. We're in the hundreds of millions.
But it was, so DJ got 125.
So
I imagine Tiger would have been double that, if not more.
500 million.
Possibly.
It's just conjecture.
Hey, he's 2 times over billionaire. I don't think he needs it.
No.
So it's interesting.
Someone like a Phil Mickelson probably does need it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So just going down the list, we've got odds up for the outright winner market. I'm trying to find out from our golfing trader if we will have your top 5s and your top 10s, etc.
Because there's only 48 in the field, I'm sure we'll get a top 5.
Should get a top 10.
We should
cut,
do.
No cut. So there will be that.
First round leader?
Yeah, you'd hope so. Don't want to speculate, but anyway, there's outrights there. DJ's your biggest man. Phil confirmed this morning that he'll be playing.
He's not on the market yet.
Not on the market yet.
Right.
I imagine he'll be pretty. DJ's short odds, 433 to win this. Then we've got Louis, Taylor Gooch, Sergio Garcia, Kevin Na, Sam Horsfield, Bernd Wiesberger, Justin Harding. It starts to get real thin now. Scott Vincent, Matt Jones, Ian Poulter, Laurie Cantor, Lee Westwood, Charles Schwartzel, and then it gets down to the real scraps. Out of that, DJ aside, any surprises there for you, Paul?
Surprises in terms of who's turned up?
Yeah.
Not really.
Taylor Gooch caught me off guard.
Possibly Taylor, but I mean, what what was the size of the check that they gave him to?
Yeah.
Yeah, they obviously had money to spend,
And do have money
and
to
they
spend.
obviously went through the world's top golfers, and they got turned down by this one,
Yeah.
and they finally get to Taylor Gooch, who maybe originally they didn't have on their radar at all, or maybe they're thinking, oh, we'll write him a $500,000 check or something. Maybe he got something like a $5 million check.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd say it'd be more than that, surely. I mean, he's ranked 35th in the world. He had a win at the back end of last year, the RSM Classic. Yeah, he surprised me. He's one of the good up and comers, but yeah, outside of him, Louis kind of caught me off guard a little bit. He seems like one of the good guys, Louis. Maybe just sick of coming second.
Possibly. Well, he's 39 now.
Yeah.
I don't know. He maybe want to be part of a foundation member, I guess, sort of thing of a new tournament, a new competition.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens PGA Tour wise, and any sanctions that are imposed or attempted to be imposed, because there'll obviously be legal battles going back and forth, and it'll probably draw out 6 months, a year. So I don't know, will we see these guys on the PGA Tour again? A guy like Taylor Gooch? I'd have to say,
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes.
No, you will not see
In the end, while this legal stuff's happening in the background.
No.
I don't know. What about the European Tour? What are they going to do?
Same thing.
But their fields suck. Like, if Kevin Na, Sergio Garcia, and Taylor Gooch come knocking and say, hey, PGA Tour's not going to let us play. Can we play with you guys?
No.
Okay.
Blackballed.
One other guy surprised me, James Piot. He's last in the field, listed at $401 to win. I believe he's the US amateur champion, turned pro, and has gone straight into this LIV Golf event.
See, that's it. If you can't get the top golfers now, you want the top golfer in the future.
He said he wants to go there to gain experience, and is probably a pretty good cash injection. If he comes last, he gets 120 grand.
Should we talk about that?
Go for it.
The prize match. So there's
Yes.
48 in the field.
There is.
48 in the field. It's a shotgun start as well.
That's
There's only 3 rounds.
And you can watch it on YouTube and Facebook.
There's 3 rounds.
Yep.
Not 4, 3 rounds.
Yep.
So shorter tournament.
No cut.
Shotgun start. So you get the whole round will be over in, let's say, 5 hours.
Yep. 4 hours. Surely they can
speed it up.
4 hours. Yep.
So if you finish 48, you get 120. There's 25 million per tournament prize money.
Yes.
Was it first place gets 4 million?
4 million. It's ridiculous.
And then it gradually goes down until you get to last place, 48, and you get 100. No cut. You get 120,000 if you finish last. 120,000 if you finish last.
So if you finish last, there's 8 events. Finish last in every event. 24. You make more than $1 million in the season.
Plus, there's the team aspect.
Yep.
So there are going to be 12 captains, team captains picked, and they're going to have a draft. Like fantasy.
This is wild.
Like the fantasy draft. So
can we watch the draft?
The captain that gets the first pick is the highest ranked
of
the captain. So you'd have to assume DJ is going to be a captain. He'll hit first pick.
Yeah.
And then the next captain will get the next highest ranked captain.
In terms of world rankings?
World rankings.
Oh, this is... Okay, so DJ...
So obviously, DJ's going to be one. The draft.
Oh,
I love it. The draft.
So DJ is currently ranked... Wow, DJ's currently ranked 15th in the world. Louis would be next at 21st. Then it's looking like Kevin Na, followed by Taylor Gooch.
If Kevin Na and Taylor Gooch are selected as captains, I don't know who.
Oh, so it's
I don't
not,
know if
it's not
but
world
they'll
rankings.
select 12 captains, and then the highest ranked captain will take. It's not like the 12 highest ranked
right.
players will beat the 12 captains.
Okay, I got you.
So you'll have 12 teams of 4 players each. And each event will be made up of a different field. Teams will be decided via draft the week of each event. So some of these players, and I'm thinking of the ones down the bottom of the page, may not be taking part in the next event. So there'll be a draft before each event, and the media aren't invited to the draft, which takes place tomorrow, I believe. They're not invited to the draft. You'd think that they want this out there.
Yeah.
They want as much coverage as possible.
It should be done on the 18th green and streamed live.
It looks like it's going to be done behind closed doors. So the captain will be one of the 4 starting players, but he will also have the responsibility to set up the lineup each week. Choose the scores that will count. So I think it's
teams of 4 and 3. Is it 3 best?
2 best or 3 best? Yeah, where are we? Just in terms of the team prize money, this is at the end of the season-ending team championship, where there'll be like a knockout sort of thing. A total prize fund of 50 million for that.
It can't work. How does it work if the teams change every week?
I haven't figured that out. Well, I guess the team captain will choose the team at the end of the season to represent. So if you've helped them get there, you probably don't. You're not a part of the prize money. You have to be in the actual the four player team at the end of the season. 16 million to the first team that finishes first. 1 million.
So 4 million each.
Yep, to the team that finishes last. So 250,000 each. So you can add that on top of the 120,000 you're guaranteed every tournament.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't appear as if we can do any betting team wise just yet.
No, and they're going to have their own, like, Hurricane shirt, Highlander shirt. Each team is going to have their own logo, their own team colours.
This is wild. As a betting man, Paul, and I know you are, will the LIV, is it LIV or is it LIV? I don't know. Will it LIV Golf?
Yes.
Make it to season 2? Will there be another season of this?
100% there will
100%?
be. Yep.
Okay.
In fact, I'll make that my big call. You seem to be wavering slightly.
The team thing has thrown it all out for me. I forgot about the team stuff. If you had the same captains each week, I could understand that. But then you need at least 12 players committed for the season.
I think the 12 captains will be locks.
Right.
Yeah. The team event is where the scoring gets even more exciting. Over the first 2 rounds, the best 2 stroke play scores will count for each team.
Yep.
For the third and final round, the best 3 scores will count, with the lowest overall team score after 54 holes being named the team winner. Right.
Okay.
Then the team championship, which will be the 8th and final event of the season, will be a seeded 4-day, 4-round match play knockout. Boom.
I'm lost. I'm so lost. Anyway, we're going to get into a preview shortly. Before we do, we talked about big call. Do you have a real big call, or is that your big call?
The LIV, it's here to stay.
Okay. What about if you had to pick the next, if it's going to stay, there's going to be more controversy around names and players deflecting.
Yep.
Who's the next big name to go?
Patrick Reed.
Is he a big name anymore?
Oh, no. He's a major winner.
Okay. I gotta say, Bryson.
Oh yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
He was there or thereabouts. Maybe after major season. 2 more majors to go.
He'll play the
US Open next week,
Open, and then the Open Championship at St Andrews, and then make a call. You think?
Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, let's have a look at last week's, no, not last week's, the Charles Schwab. And it wasn't pretty. It's pretty simple. We all lost. Paul lost $100, Pat lost $100, and I was down $59.
Bloody.
Cam Davis, top Aussie, the only collect there for me. So not a lot else we need to discuss there. Should we? We're on LIV Golf. Let's start our preview there, shall we? And it's
Let's do that.
it's a tough one to preview. We don't have any course knowledge, stats
to go off.
It's a Centurion Club in London.
I'm guessing there'll be a lot of new courses we get to see on the LIV Tour, because ones that feature on the European or the PGA probably don't want to be associated with the LIV Tour. And sort of they may lose their status on the PGA or the DP World Tour.
So Paul and I went and had a look at the website for the Centurion Club, and there's not a lot of information there.
No,
the course will play roughly just over 7,100 yards, which isn't
not overly long.
Not for these guys. For you and I, it's pretty long.
It'll be a test.
But for these guys, it looks as if it'll be pretty easy. There's a few tree-lined holes in the first 1 to 5, I think it is, and then from
then it seems to open up.
14 or 15 home.
It has a sort of a links field to
2 onwards,
it
opens up. You can just about blast it anywhere. So kind of struggled with what to look at here, and it's really just a bit of guesswork. But strokes gained tee to green is the one you can go back to most of the time, and that's basically just sums up how a guy's going at the moment. Recent form, I think approach will be pretty key here, and probably more proximity to the hole, putting and birdies. I think for me, this score, remember it's only 3 rounds, this could be minus 20 or better.
Quick out of the blocks.
Yeah.
No time to spare.
So with anything to add from you there, Paul, around what we're looking for?
I'm really looking for iron play. Second shot. It looks like a second shot course. So those are fairly handy with the irons. I think a certain amount of accuracy off the tee, especially early on, the first 4 to 5 holes. Well, we should probably say that putting usually comes into it just about every single week. So if the putter's cold, you're probably not going to feature at the top of the leaderboard. But it's very much a wait and see for mine. I'd like to see how they go after the first round, and I might have a couple of little stabs after that.
Yep. So normally when we do our previews, normally we do our previews, we like to tip a best bet, which is under $30. Well, a best bet can be anything. Mid-tier is $31 to $99, and a roughie, which is 100 plus. But given the small field and just the lack of unknown, I guess, we're just going to pick three players each.
Just throw them out there.
Throw them out there who we think can win. DJ, as I said, DJ is your $4.33 favorite. I'm going to start by saying I wouldn't be surprised if he wins by 15, but I'm not going to tip him.
4.33.
I'm not going to tip him at 4.33.
Fair enough.
I'm going to take Taylor Gooch on top. As I said, he'd won the RSM Classic late last year, and in the 14 tournaments since, he's only missed 4 cuts and hasn't finished any worse than T27. He is the 3rd ranked player in the field over the last 6 months. When we look at all the strokes gained data, he's 6th tee to green, 13th off the tee, 7th in approach, 4th around the greens, and 15th in putting. On the PGA Tour, he is ranked 22nd for greens in regulation and 15th in birdie or better. Taylor Gooch, $10. Paul?
I'm going to go Louis Oosthuizen at $9. He's 19th in driving accuracy, 40th in strokes gained tee to green, 27th in strokes gained off the tee, and he's 25th in sand save percentage. There are a few bunkers on this course, so being able to play out of the sand will come in handy. And as we know, he has performed on the PGA Tour. This is obviously a much weaker field.
Much weaker field.
Much weaker field. So he's dropping down a few classes here.
Yep.
So he should find this a wee bit easier. So Louis Oosthuizen at $9.
Okay. Next one for me. Sam Horsfield at $19. He is the top ranked player in the field over the last 6 months. With that said, he's only played 7 events in that span. He did win 2 starts ago. I think he beat Ryan. It was Foxy, wasn't it? In the playoff. At the Sadul Open. He was T12 at the HSBC Championship and T4 at the Desert Classic. Early in the year, he's ranked 9th, strokes gained tee to green, 19th off the tee, 6th in approach, 14th around the greens, and 6th in putting. Sam Horsfield at $19.
Here, 7th in average putts per round, 8th in sand saves. I've also taken Sam Horsfield at $19.
Yeah, sweet. Another one I had. Oh no, I'll save it till after my official tip. My next official tip. I might need some help saying this one, Paul. Pablo Larrazabal from
The Spaniard.
Spain, yes.
Yeah.
$34.
He's been on the European tour for seems like ages now.
He's missed 2 straight cuts, but before that, he was in some incredible form. As you said, playing the European tour in the 9 starts previous to those 2 missed cuts. He was T25, T35, T6, T3, 1, missed the cut, T5, 1, T13. So it's going okay. He's ranked 7th in strokes gained total, 16th around the greens, 5th in putting. I think, as I say, in this weak field, he's worth a look.
I've gone with Richard Bland.
Oh, Blandy.
At $51. Where is he? He didn't go so well in the PGA Championship, but he was 9th in the Dell Technologies match play and 28th in the My Golf Life Open.
Did you make that up?
Remember, it took him a while to actually pick up a win. He almost set a few records with his first ever victory, but he's fairly accurate. He's 21st in average putts per round. And once again, we're looking at this from the aspect that this is a much, much weaker field than he would encounter either on the DP World Tour, outside of Dustin Johnson, or on the PGA Tour. So the fact that he's accustomed to playing in Europe and
weak fields
to a bigger extent the UK, I think we'll have him nice and settled. Richard Bland at 51.
Yeah, nice. No, a couple of others I had. Matt Jones, putting a big issue with him. I think if we can start rolling the rock, then he'd be one to watch. And a Thai player who, can we remember what he was called? What his name is? Pachara Kongwatmai?
Pachara Kongwatmai.
At $81. He's 4th on the Asian Tour money list. He's 5th for total number of birdies and 5th for total number of eagles made this season. And he's ranked 22nd in putting average. And I think I was reading these stats correctly on the Asian. He's on the Asian Tour. In 90 career starts, he's had 20 top 10 finishes. It's not a bad strike rate.
No.
Not a bad strike rate. So real throw at the dartboard there. But I guess we will know more when does it actually start? Is it Friday, our time? Friday, 1 a.m.
Yes, because there's a concert after every round. I forgot to add that in. Sorry.
Really?
There's a concert after every round, and people who have tickets to the tournament can go to the concert as well.
Jesus.
You may know some of these people. I did not. I know Jessie J.
Christ.
She's part of the Saturday night concert, along with Melanie C.
Oh, Mel C.
But as
Spice Girls.
well, I think it's her as a DJ.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So that's your era.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spice up your life. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So-
Craig David. There you go.
Oh, Craig David?
Yeah. Someone
Okay.
Morrison, not Van. James
Tim?
Morrison? Not Tim.
Wouldn't sell a soul like that, would he?
Oh, I wouldn't have.
He's
I
too
wouldn't have
busy.
thought
He's
so.
in space. He's in Star Wars. Okay. So Friday, Saturday, we will know come breakfast time on Sunday morning who our first winner is.
of an LIV tournament.
And as I said, you can watch it all live, I believe, on YouTube, Facebook, and the LIV Golf website.
So nothing
It's going to be wild to see
will be.
how it's broadcasted.
Well, apparently you can, if you've got a favourite golfer, you can almost follow him
Oh.
if you want.
Wow.
I don't know how they're going to do. They're going to have 48
It's gonna
different
be
cameras that just
Guys
follow.
going out on their phones like this. Dustin. Anyway, all right, let's go to some real golf and the RBC Canadian Open in Canada. What do you know about this tournament, Paul?
Where it's been, well, it has been one of the most prestigious tournaments on the North American tour, making its debut back in 1904.
Wow.
I guess this year it's been played. Well, it has been played at the St. George's Country Club, which is in Toronto. It was a club that was founded by an Englishman, and it hosted the Canadian, well, its first Canadian Open back in 1933. The most recent Canadian Open held at the St. George's Country Club was back in 2010.
Yep.
When Carl Peterson won. It's got
There's one player in the field this week who is inside the world's top 10, who was also inside the world's top 10 back then. Do you know who it is? It's pretty obvious.
2010.
Yep.
So it'd be one of the older guys then. What 30? Oh, he'd be about 30 now.
Yeah.
Early 30s.
Yeah.
Is Rory early 30s?
Yeah, it's Rory. Sorry, I might have derailed you there.
No.
But-
Where are we?
Sorry.
Oh, so yes. Undulating greens. It's a parkland layout, tree-lined fairways, and there are quite a few bunkers. So I'm thinking driving accuracy will come in very, very handy here. Once again, another course that'll suit those players whose iron play is solid, and the ability to get up and down. Boom.
Done? Yeah, I haven't got much to add there. Key stats I'm looking at: tee to green approach, ball striking, green and regulation, around the greens and scrambling, and putting. Proximity too, from 125 yards to 175 yards. So, with that, let's rip in. I'm not quite sure who my best is yet, so I'll let you start.
Scotty Scheffler
Oh,
at $9. Wow. It's just very, very hard to look away from this guy. He has just been absolutely sensational. Look at his, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, last 6 events. He obviously won the World Championship match play. He won the Masters, finished runner-up at the Charles Schwab, tied for 18th at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, 15th at the Byron Nelson. He missed the cut at the PGA Championship, which may not be the worst because he bounced right back, as I said, with the runner-up at the Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab.
Say that 10 times fast.
If we have a look at the stats, he rates highly, not surprisingly, in just about every single stat. He is second greens in regulation, 13th in strokes gained approach the green, 30th in strokes gained around the green. He's 25th in strokes gained putting, and he's 16th in strokes gained tee to green. He doesn't seem to have much of a weakness, to be fair. I know he's the favourite. I know he's fairly short priced at $9. But I can't look past it.
Sorry, I'm cramping up here. Holy
Hey,
crap. Ow.
Scotty Scheffler.
Mark Richardson. Ow. Sorry. That was unprofessional. Scotty Scheffler, you reckon? Well, because you've gone the shortest person in the book, I don't feel so bad taking the second shortest. I'm going to go for the 2-year defending champ, Rory McIlroy.
Of course, it hasn't been played for 2 years because of COVID.
Yeah. So he's been sitting on this trophy for 2 years. As I said, he was the only man in the field who probably played last time, but he was ranked top 10. He's still ranked top 10. That doesn't really matter. Anyway, he's ranked first in strokes gained tee to green, first off the tee. That doesn't really matter a lot around here, though. 10th in approach, 5th around the greens, and 35th in putting. These stats all versus the field over the last 6 months. I think it's a very top heavy field, a bit like the LIV Golf Invitational.
This is a great field a week out from a major when usually you get a number of players just taking the week off, fine tuning their game.
But in terms of real your elite players, we probably have to draw the line at Tyrrell Hatton, and he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's 10th in the market. After that, it gets pretty thin pretty quick. But yeah, I can just. Rory went all right last week. Was it last week? His last outing.
Where at Charles? Oh no, you're talking about the Memorial.
Give me a second.
Yeah, he went okay at the Memorial.
Yeah, he was T18 in the Memorial, and he lost strokes putting. So he has been pretty streaky putting lately. But yeah, I think he can defend here. I think he can find some form heading into next week, and it'll be just enough to give everyone a little bit of hope to say, hey, Rory's back. Let's all back him at the US Open. So I'll take Rory. The one I was tossing up with was Cam Smith, the other one, at $12.
Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I don't know what it is I should do.
You got a mid-tier for us?
Yep.
Who you got?
CT Pan.
Oh, I looked at him.
CT Pan. Let's have a look. He's 41st in strokes gained approach the green, 58th in strokes gained around the green. Once again, he's another one where the putter can be a wee bit wayward, although it has improved over the last 4 to 6 weeks. So hoping for that again. And this course should suit him a wee bit better, not quite as long as the big brutes that he has been playing on in recent times. He's had a fairly good season. He had a 15th at the Wells Fargo, a 16th at the Honda Classic. He made the cut in the Memorial last weekend. This will be a course that should suit him a wee bit better. So I'm happy to take the old mate CT Pan.
Nice. I'm going to go Adam Hadwin, the Canadian, at home at $34. 15th best golfer in the field over the last 6 months. And if we look at the last 3 months, gets even better. He drops to the 9th best golfer in the field. He is ranked 30th on tour for strokes gained approach, 27th in greens and regulation, and 18th around the greens. He's gained strokes in all major categories at last week's Memorial. He finished T18, and that was obviously a much stronger field. So I think Adam is trending in the right direction.
I get the feeling you're going to take him for top Canadian.
Don't know if the market's up yet. I can tell they're doing some work in the back end at the moment.
Not quite there.
We've
Well,
got
we are doing it on a Tuesday
Australian,
afternoon.
English, South African, Korean, Swedish. Not yet.
Looks like a long shot, baby.
You got a roughie.
Yeah, Rory Sabatini.
Everyone's favourite Slovakian.
Stay with me.
Silver medalist at the Olympics.
Yeah,
That was ridiculous. Sorry.
he can play. He can play. He's obviously he's not long off the tee, but he shouldn't be too as disadvantaged as he usually is here in Canada. He had a 25th at the Byron Nelson earlier this season. He had a 3rd at the Shriners Children's Open. His stats wise, 3rd strokes gained around the green. He is a great scrambler. 39th in strokes gained putting. It's off the tee where he loses a bit to the field, but he should get that back on a tree-lined shorter course that we have here at St. George's. So Rory Sabatini at $111.
Not the first time he's been tipped on this podcast, and it won't be the last.
No.
I imagine.
I wonder if he might be one that goes to the.
It seems like the type of person that would.
Although he is getting on, I don't know. Do they really? Would they actually want him?
Be a good marketing ploy. We got Rory.
We've got the best golfer in
Leave it at that.
Slovakia.
My roughie, real throw at the dartboard here. Aaron Rye, $101. Finished T26 last week. A very strong putting week. His approach play was pretty bad, which is not normal for him. He's in the last 6 of the last 10 measured rounds. He's gained strokes and approach. He sits around middle of the pack in terms of strokes gained, approach, and around the green. 61st for both of them. 37th in putting. Definitely have a look at the minors. I think the top 40. Let me have a quick look. Aaron Rye, where are you, buddy? 260 for top 40. Don't mind that. Anyone else you had circled or you're worth looking at? Or JT ahead of a major.
Oh, you're talking
Yes.
about further up the page.
Oh, just anywhere.
Anywhere? No,
Yeah.
not really. I mean, well, there are a number, yes, but no.
Yeah, I think JT
I
will
could
be
be
a
reading out the card.
bit of a tune-up this week ahead of next week.
I don't
But-
know. He had a good tune up at the PGA Championship.
Yeah, he missed the cut. But we might get to JT shortly. Should we do some
No, the
betting?
PGA Championship.
Yeah. What'd you say?
He didn't miss the cut there.
No, but the one after that.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
the hangover effect.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we get to some betting?
Yeah.
$100. Put where you want on either tour, any tour. You go to the women if you like. The oldies if they're playing this week.
Oh, yeah, of course. The shop right.
Otherwise, the Scandinavian mix is on this week too. That'll be a good one to watch. Anyway, what are you doing with your $100 this week, Paul?
Okay. LIV.
Yes.
Louis Oosthuizen, 20 to win at 9s and 20 a top 5 finish.
If we have it.
I'm hoping we do. I'm going to force the bookies' hands.
Okay.
So we're going to have a top 5.
Yep.
I'm hoping we do. Sam Horsfield, 20 to win, 20 for a top 5.
Okay, that's 80 of your 100.
Yep.
Are we doing 100 on each, are we?
No,
Okay.
no. Because I'm not touching the Canadian Open.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
My last 20
Yep.
is on Lydia Ko to win the shop right at $7. Easy peasy.
Wow.
And she finished strongly here
She did.
last week.
She did. She did. That takes Paul's total of tipping Lydia to probably maybe close. We might be closing on 3 figures here.
Can we get Lydia on the show?
Could try.
Okay.
We could definitely try.
We'll try Stephen Alker first.
Okay, I will start with the LIV Golf. 10 on Gooch to win at 10s, and 10 on Horsefield to win at 19s. And then I'll cover the Canadian Open for us. 10 on Cam Smith at 10s, at 12, sorry. And 10 on Rory at 10s, both to win. 20 on Rory top 5 at... It's disappeared on me. At 350. And 40 on JT top 10 at $2.30. As I said, I think JT will be in for a big week.
Meow.
What do you mean, meow?
That's it.
What?
Have a go. Okay.
Have a go.
Yeah, have a go.
I just put half my stake on one bet.
Not to win though, either.
Oh, please. I don't think he's going to win.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
He's not going to win, mate. He's just preparing himself for next week. Look, you back Lydia, and I'll do what I want with my money, okay? All right, Paul.
That's it.
We'll leave it there. Short,
Done.
sharp show this week.
All done.
Looking forward to... Well, I don't actually know if I'm looking forward to seeing this.
I'm down with LIV. Yeah, you know me.
Wow. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how it goes. But yeah, as I say, thank you to all you out there. Thank you for listening. And we will be back next week, probably Tuesday, to preview a US Open.
Yeah.
Very excited for that. So until then, we will see you all next time on the Cut Line.